In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie.
So many stories that I want to get to. There's something new that I want. Before I get into let the people speak, there's a new segment that I have to give credit to. Hold on. I have his name right. It's Stanley Gable. He came on, he suggested a new segment for the In the Trenches podcast, and I want to call it The One That Got Away. All right. He suggested calling it The One That Got Away. And basically, I want to hear about a piece of gear that you wish you still had. And how did you lose it? Why did you sell it? Or have you kept on a hold of every single amazing piece of gear that you've ever had? Or which is the one that got away?
You asking me?
Yes.
Okay. My saxophone in I think it was 84 on tour. I had a great Selmer saxophone from the alto. I used to play alto sax in the from the 50s. I had this great alto Selmer from the 50s, which is irreplaceable. And yeah, that's not the one on the picture, but
that's a baritone sax right there. Yeah, that's
my. That's a nice one though too. That's a Stag. That's a Stag STEGG. That's the one I have nowadays. I had this great Selmer sax, and I used to keep it with me after shows with Hanoi. I always kept it with me. I took it to my hotel room so it wouldn't get stolen. We were doing a show, I think it was Manchester or in the UK, and we were warned about that place that, watch out for the gear. The roadies were told that, it's a place where people can rip the stuff off. And I thought, every time after shows, they would pack the guitars and stuff. So I thought that, what if I leave my sax with you guys? It's safe. And the roadies were, yeah, it's cool. I said, okay, I'm leaving it right here next to this couch here on the backstage. Make sure you bring it with you. I said, yeah, Michael, no problem. And they were maybe had a couple of beers and splits, whatever. They forgot about it. And one of the roadies woke me up at 3 a.m. and said, Michael, you took your sax, didn't you? I said, no, fucking. I could not believe. Somebody had ripped it off.
And that was the saxophone. That was the saxophone that had appeared on all the albums up until that point.
Well, as a matter of fact, no. There was a if you want to call it silver lining, I went to look for another alto because up until then I've been playing the alto. And then in London, I went to the Lewington saxophone store, and they said, I went through all the altos they had, and nothing was as good as that. And then the guy said, I got something special for you. I have this. Have you played tenor? I says, no. Well, you want to try it? I might. Yeah, I'm open to try it. And then he had this beautiful Selmer tenor from 1939, which was impeccable. It was in mint condition because it had been used in a Beatles movie as a prop. So it hadn't been used for years and years. So, and I tried it. I was like, wow. Tenor is the sound. That tenor is really what, the Little Richard records and all the, that's really the rock and roll sax. So that led to me starting to play the tenor. And that's the tenor I played on, up until then, on Oriental Beat, I played with the alto that got stolen. But from on Two Steps on the Move, the Million Miles Away solo, that's played with that tenor. And I still have that tenor. It was silver tenor from 1939. And the serial number's even not something like 22,000. It's really rare. That's totally replaceable. So I don't even take that on the road. It's in my house. I still have it here.
I apologize for calling that saxophone that was in the picture that Vic showed a baritone. I meant tenor because you have switched from alto to tenor. Baritone's a much bigger saxophone, a much lower saxophone.
I have one here, but I don't want to dig it out now.
Don't dig it out. Don't dig it out.
It looks cool. Yeah, it looks really cool. If you have, I think ZZ Top, they learned to play the sax for the De Cuello album, and one of them played the alto, one of them played the tenor, and one of them played baritone, I think, and they were the Lone Wolf Horns. They played on one song. Yeah,
I know that album. I love it.
Well, that song was not on that album.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to call me out on that. I was going to say, shit, I go, I don't think that song is on that album. Yeah. And then, that was LaGrange, and that was the whole album. And I like, is Michael going to save me, or is he going to throw me under the bus? And he threw me under the bus.
Well, but Michael, stick to the facts. De Cuello, however how you pronounce that? De Cuello.
I don't know. All I know is that I played Lagrange in Hawaii. I played bass on it. And apparently, according to my wife, I was a very sexy bass player. So Chuck Garrick, you just each and Stiv and everybody else. I play sexy bass once in a while, just so you know. But hold on.
Okay.
We're gonna
I'm sure all of us will sleep. We'll sleep better knowing that.
Oh my
sure.
God, that's a little sarcasm coming from Michael Monroe. I love it. I love it.
I'm Ryan Roxie, and I've taken all my years of experience of playing guitar, and I want to pass the torch of rock and roll on to you. Check out the System 12 guitar method.
Hello folks, Roxie here. Thanks for watching the video. And if you liked it, hit the subscribe button or one of the videos around me to watch more. If you'd like to, please leave a comment. If you didn't like the video, maybe you'll forget how to type. Thanks.